Learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great. Said by our former president, Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam. A very pleasant morning, dear student. Today, in this session, we are going to master a new topic of economics. The name of the topic is money, savings, and investment. Children, money is very important thing in each and every human life. What is money? Money is an economic unit that functions as a generally recognized medium of exchange for transactional purposes in an economy. Money originates in the form of a commodity, having a physical property to be adopted by market participants as a medium of exchange. Money is anything which is used as a medium of exchange. Modern forms of money are linked to the banking system. Money is a fundamental discovery which has eased the day-to-day transaction, valuing goods and services, and has allowed us to store the wealth and trade in future. Here already I told you money is anything which is widely accepted in payment for goods or in discharge of other business obligations. The first topic we are going to see is evolution of money. Evolution of money was mainly through commodity money, metallic money, paper money, and bank money. Human beings passed through a stage when money was not in use and goods were exchanged directly from one another. Such exchange of goods for goods was called barter system. What is barter system? Exchange of goods for goods was called barter system. They won't exchange money, they exchange goods, materials for another material. The word money is derived from a Roman word moneta juno. It is the Roman goddesses and the republic money of Roman Empire. The Indian rupee is derived from Sanskrit word rupiah, which means silver coin. There are many stages of evolution of money. The earliest and the primitive stage is barter system. Already I told you about barter system. What is barter system? The next topic. See, this is given in your book, page 226. Barter system is exchanging goods for goods without the use of money in the primitive stage. A barter system is an old method of exchange. Here students listen, what is barter system? Barter system is exchanging goods for goods without the use of money in the primitive stage. A barter system is an old method of exchange. Bartering doesn't involve money, which is one of the advantages. Hence, barter system had many deficiencies like lack of double coincidence of wants. That means exist in barter change. It is mutual want of the buyer and seller. The next one is common measure of value. Common measure of value means money has removed this difficulty by serving as a common measure of value. The value is expressed in terms of money. The next one is indivisibility of commodities. Most commodities are indivisible, but this is often unimportant. It is not in use. The last one is difficulties of storing wealth. That is the transfer of value and wealth. Storage was one of the major difficulties in the barter system. Storing the material is one of the difficulties in the barter system, so that they are exchanging the goods for goods, not money. The next topic is major stages of evolution of money. Already we have seen what is evolution of money. Commodity of money, metallic money, paper money, credit money or bank money, near money and recent forms of money. So money has evolved through different stages according to the time, place and circumstances. The first we are going to see about commodity of money. Here, in the early period of human civilization, any commodity that was generally demanded and chosen by common consent was used as money. For example, goods like fur, skins, salt, rice, wheat, utensils, weapons, etc. were commonly used as money. These materials are used as money. Such exchange of goods for goods was known as barter exchange. See, what are the reasons for commodity of money? See, lack of storageability, lack of divisibility, and lack of transportation. So, people unable to store, people unable to divide the things, and people unable to transfer. The transport is not available in the olden period. So, because of that, they are changing the goods for goods. That is called barter exchange. The next one is metallic money. Commodity money later on changed into metallic money. See, metals like gold, silver, copper, these are all the valuable metals used easily to handle, and their quantity can be easily ascertained. It was the main form of money throughout the major portion of recorded history. So, metallic money, the popularity of metallic money is due to a lack of homogeneity scarcity to secure metal, etc. So, in the olden days, they used the values of metals. You know that gold is valuable, and after gold, silver and copper. So, they used metallic money in that period. Now, we are going to see history of metallic money. The precious metal, especially gold, silver, bronze, were used for metallic money. The standard weight and fineness of metal, particularly gold and silver, with the seal on it, become a medium of exchange. They were of different denomination, easily divisible, portable, and were convenient in making payment. So, they use gold, silver, bronze for exchanging their goods first. That is metallic money. They use metals. This was introduced and innovated by King Midas of Lydia. Innovated metal coin in 8th century. When it was introduced in 8th century by King Midas of Lydia. He is an ancient historian, but gold coin were in use in India many centuries than in Lydia. Before that itself, Indians are using gold coins as a metallic coin. The earliest issuers of coin in the world are the ancient Indians along with the Chinese and Lydians for the Middle East. The first time Indian coin was minted in the 6th century BC by Mahajanapadas known as Puranas, Karshapanas or Panash. The Mayuras come up with the punch mark coin minting of silver, gold, copper or lead. And Indo-Greek Kushans kings introduced Greek customs of engraving portraits on the coins. The coin has shown here, you see, in page 229. These are all the kinds of coins made of metallic coins. The Mughal Empire from 1526 AD consolidated the monetary system for the entire empire. In this era, evolution of rupee occurred with Sher Shah Suri defeated Humayun and issued a silver coin of 178 grams known as rupiah and was divided into 40 copper pieces or paisa. Nowadays also we are saying the coin as paisa. The British gold coins were termed as Carolina, the silver coins as Angelina, the copper coins as Cupron and the tin as tiny. The emergence of paper money is a significant milestone in the evolution of money. So after metallic money, we are going to see about paper money. What is paper money? It was found for the inconvenience as well as dangerous to carry gold and silver coins from place to place. So, invention of paper money marked a very important stage in the development of money. The development of paper money started on the basis of storage of gold and the receipts were issued by the goldsmith. Gold instead of money, they are getting gold in the olden days, but now they are giving the gold and getting the receipts from the goldsmith for these storages. They store the gold with the goldsmith and getting the money and making the gold as a paper money. This receipt of goldsmith were a substitute for the money and become paper money. Central Bank of the country has the control of paper money. The paper money is regulated and controlled by Central Bank of the country. In India, printing, regulating, controlling the paper currencies are done by the Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI, which was established in 1935. When was RBI established? RBI means Reserve Bank of India. It was established in 1935. At present, a very large part of money consists mainly of currency notes or paper money issued by the which bank? Reserve Bank of India. The next topic is credit money or bank money. In this modern era, banking system had made it essential to make payment for transaction through checks. Transaction means what? Transferring money. So, where we are going to transfer the money? From the bank. It is a safe and convenient way of transferring of value, that is transferring of the value through check. You all seen check, no? Then in the check we can write our amount, what we are necessary, and we have to go and give in the bank. But before that we have to deposit our money in the bank. Then only we can easily withdraw the money. So, emergence of credit money took place almost side by side with that of paper money. People keep a part of their cash as deposit with banks. which they can withdraw at their convenience through check. The check is known as credit money or bank money. Itself is not money, but it performs the same as functions of money. So check is having the same power of money, but it is a paper. But what the amount we have written in that money, but we have already deposit in the bank. So it is a easy way, convenient through the check, easy way to take money from the bank, withdraw money from the bank through check. So it is called as credit money or bank money. The next topic is near money. Near money is an instrument such as credit card or known as near money. Example for near money are certificate of deposit, saving accounts, money market account, treasury bill, widely traded foreign currency. These are the examples of near money. The final stage in the evolution of money has been the use of bills of exchange, treasury bills, bonds, savings, certificates. So we have the evidence of our money, the deposited money, we have the evidence. So the evidence are called near money. We have to keep it safe. The bond, the documents must be kept safe. So that is called near money. The next one is recent forms of money. In that we are going to see it is a recent form of money. We can see the picture of recent forms of money in page 228. There we can see ATM. You all know what is ATM. Bank, online, mobile banking. Now we are going to see these topics in detail. Recent forms of money. The first one is plastic money. So what is plastic money? The latest type of money is plastic money in the form of credit cards and debit cards. The aim of cashless transaction. You all know, children, that nowadays we are using credit cards and debit cards for carrying money from one place to another place. It's very difficult to carry money. So instead of that, nowadays we are using credit cards and debit cards. So in that we are having lot of difference. E-money, e-banking, online net banking, like that we are having so many different kinds of plastic money. In that first one is e-money. What is e-money? All kinds of debit card, credit cards, ATM cards and smart cards are the examples of e-money. E-money means electronic money, is money which exists in banking computer system and is available for transaction through electronic system is called e-money. The next one is online banking, that is net banking. Online banking or net banking means accessing your bank account and carrying out financial transaction through the internet on your smartphone. In your smartphone itself you can transfer your money, take your money or transfer your money from one place to another place. So by the use of smartphone, by the use of tablets or computers, taking money without visiting the bank. That is very important. Without visiting the bank, we can take money. In the credit card, what we have seen, we have to go to the bank and we have to withdraw the money. But now it has become very easy. Online banking, with the help of your mobile phone, sitting in a place, you can transfer money from one place to another through Google Payment, Paytm and so many forms. Nowadays you are all familiar with that. So online banking, also known as internet banking, is an electronic payment system that enables customers of a bank or another financial institution to conduct a range of financial transactions through websites. The next topic is e-banking. What is e-banking? Features includes electronic funds transfer for retail purchases, that is automatic teller machine. What is automatic teller machine? The short form we are saying it as ATM. So electronic banking, also known as National Electronic Funds Transfer, that is NEFT, is simply the use of electronic means to transfer fund directly from one account to another rather than by check or cash. That is called e-banking. The next we are going to see value of money. Value of money is its purchasing power. That is the quantity of goods and services it can purchase. When the price level rises, a unity of money can purchase less goods than before. See, if the price increase, we people buy the goods in small amount. If the price is low, we will buy the goods larger. So that only said here as value of money. Money is an essential commodity that helps you to run your life. Money has gained its value because people are trying to save wealth for their future needs. So, value of money is meant the purchasing power of money over goods and services in a country. Thus, it is related to the price level of goods and services. But the relation between the value of money and the price level is an inverse one. One day it will increase, one day it will decrease. Nowadays we are seeing the gold rate. One day it is increasing and one day it is decreasing. Like that, not only gold level, even onion, see how it is increasing. So we have to see the value of money by these materials. So the value of money is of two types: internal value of money and external value of money. Internal value of money refers to the purchasing power of money over domestic goods and services. Domestic goods and services means inside our country. The external value of money refers to the purchasing power of money over foreign goods and services. So, over foreign goods and services, what we are purchasing is called as external value of money. See here a symbol of rupee. Who has introduced this? The Indian rupee symbol designed by Mr. Udaya Kumar. He is Villupuram district, Tamil Nadu. It was approved by the Government of India on 15th July 2010. The next one is nature of money. What is nature of money? Money is a difficult concept to define, partly because it fulfills not one but three functions. Each of them provides a criterion of moneyness, those of an unit of account, a medium of exchange, and a store of value. See here, what are the three types? Unit of account, a medium of exchange, and store of value. Here, Sir John Hicks says that money is defined by its functions. Anything is money which we use as money. Money is what money does. Money can do everything. Without money, we cannot do anything. So in Tamil and all, they used to say lot of proverbs. So go and ask your parents, they will say what is the proverb regarding money. They will say panam pattum seyyum. So nature of money is what? Nature of money results the economic activity of individual. The function of money is a medium of exchange, means of payment, standard of value, unit of account, standard of deferred payment. So this is nature of money. The next topic is functions of money. Functions of money are classified into primary or main functions, secondary functions, and contingent functions. Contingent functions. So, first of all, primary or main functions. The important functions of money performed in every economy as classified under main functions. They are medium of exchange or means of payment and measure of value. The first medium of exchange or means of payment or money is used to buy the goods and services. That is the medium of exchange. Money is used to buy the goods and services. The next one is measure of value. The values of all the goods and services are expressed in the term of money. See, one thing is price. The value of the price increase. Another thing is decrease. So there is a measure of value. It is easier to determine the rate of exchange between various types of goods and services. The second one is secondary function. The three important secondary functions are standard of deferred payment, store of value or store of purchasing power, and transfer of value or transfer of purchasing power. Here, the first one is standard of deferred payment. Money helps the future payments too. A borrower borrowing money today places himself under an obligation to pay and specified sum of money on specified future date. The next one is store of value or store of purchasing power. Saving were discouraged under barter system as some commodities are perishable. The introduction of money has helped to save its for future as it is not perishable. Here, transfer of money or transfer of purchasing power. Money makes the exchange of goods and distant places as well as abroad possible. It was, therefore, felt necessary to transfer purchasing power from one place to another, transferring money. Then the next one is contingent function. Contingent function. That is basic of credit card, increase productivity of capitals, measurement and distribution of national income. These are the functions of money. So here we have seen about the functions of money, how it has invented, what are the kinds of money, and everything we have seen in this. So students, once again we can recall what we have seen in this session. First of all, we have seen about money. What is money? What is barter system? What is evolution of money and its major stages? And then history of metallic money, and then value of money and nature of money. So we have seen functions of money also. I hope students you have understood what the topic we have learned today, that is money. So mark all the question and answers in your book and learn the given assignment. Thank you.